Okay, before this video begins, I know you probably saw the length and were like, oh my god, a 37-minute video. Um, in case any of you don't want to watch a 37-minute video, which I don't blame you, if you skip through the video, you will see the images of each game I'm talking about, so it makes it easier if you just want to see what I think about those games that I'm talking about. So, um, that's a little tip, I guess, for people who don't want to sit and watch the whole video. So yeah, do that if you want. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. And today we're talking about my top 10 favorite games of all time. And I'm pretty excited for this video because I like video games. So we're going to get into it. And I just recorded a video of my favorite animes and animes that I don't like. So make sure to check that one out. But today we are doing my top 10 favorite video games of all time. I have been playing video games since I was born. First console I had was a Wii. The Wii. It's back. I actually have it back there, the red one. But we have 10 games, and you all know that I really like fighting games, but don't worry. This whole list isn't full of fighting games. There's only one fighting game on this list. Hint, hint. There's only one fighting game on this list. So, I don't want you to expect, oh, here we go. 10 fighting games. Should have just named it my top 10 favorite fighting games. No, there's only one fighting game in here. And you might actually be surprised with the picks the games that I picked. Because some of these games you might not like. And some of them you might be surprised that I would even like them. So we're going to go from 10 all the way to number 1. So, starting off at 10. Starting off at number 10, we have GTA 5. Play this game for the longest time. First played it on my Xbox 360, or my aunt's Xbox 360. And even though I was really, really young and I shouldn't have been playing GTA 5, I did play it, and it was fun. I used to go in GTA 5 and I would get a motorcycle and I would go in the mountains and just do flips and stuff like that. It was really fun. But yeah, GTA 5 is great. Even though I have been playing this game and I've owned this game for almost a decade, I have yet to beat the story mode with GTA 5. But we don't talk about that, okay? I didn't care about the story, to be honest. I did attempt it, and I was like, whatever. But yeah, GTA 5 is really fun. Mostly nowadays, sometimes I play GTA 5 online with my friends. I really like that. I mostly play it because of my character. Like, the fact that you can make your own character and stuff like that is just really awesome. The amount of, like, the cars you can get. Like, GTA 5 is literally, like, the closest thing to life simulator. Because it's just life, you know? You have a character, you can give them any hairstyle you want, give them any clothes you want, you can get any house you want, any car you want. You just gotta make money. It's basically just life simulator. GTA 5 is great. At number 9, we have Deadpool for the PS3. This is another game that I really remember from the younger days. I had this game on my PS3, and it was a really fun game. This game is so fun and funny, and I just love how much it breaks the fourth wall and stuff like that. But the combat was great, and it was really fun. I love that they also included the X-Men. I mean, it makes sense. He's Deadpool, so of course they're gonna have the X-Men in there. But the story was great. Combat was great. Pretty gory as well. But this game's hilarious. It's so fun. Probably like one of the best Marvel games ever made. But yeah, Deadpool for the PS3 is awesome. Number 8, we have Left 4 Dead for the Xbox 360. And I think it's only for the Xbox 360, but I'm just trying to be specific. This was another game that I've been playing for a long time. Around the time when I first started playing GTA 5, I would also play Left 4 Dead. And I don't care what anybody says, this is the greatest zombie game of all time. I don't care. If you've ever played Left 4 Dead, you know how good it is. It is so fun, and especially playing it when you were like really young, and I was at least like under 10 years old, maybe 8 years old, maybe something like that, 8 or 9. And playing this game, it kind of terrified me, especially it's been a really long time since I played it. But if you ever play Left 4 Dead, the big guy, the big huge guy with the huge arm, like, he would just charge at you, run at you and stuff like that. And his music that would play in the background, it was terrifying. It was scary. That guy, the one guy that grabs you with his tongue and pulls you in, the boomers, I remember what their name was. The guys that explode. The one guy that just goes crazy and jumps around on you, and then the witch. The witch was terrifying. I would always mess with the witches in Left 4 Dead. And you're not supposed to, because the witches are always, like, on the floor eating a human. And the only way that they would attack you is if you shine a flashlight at them. And I would purposely do that so they could chase me, and I'd run away. But I love Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead's great. Very fun game. Best zombie game of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Number 7, we have New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. This is another game that I played a lot during my younger years. My favorite Mario game of all time. This game is so fun. Probably one of the best games on the Wii. And probably the best Mario game, honestly. Or like the best modern Mario game. Modern. Really fun. And it's just a really fun game. And one of the more fun Mario games as well. And challenging. There's a lot of challenging stuff in that game. But I love the way they incorporated the remote, the Wii remote, and, you know, using it in the game to help you win. But that was also really fun. But yeah, New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii is awesome. Number 6, we have WWE All-Stars, which is, in my opinion, the best WWE game to ever be made. Honestly, I think it's a fact. If you ever play WWE All-Stars, it's so chaotic and so fun. Like, that's what a wrestling game should be. But WWE All-Stars is so fun. The roster is also great. You can even make your own wrestler as well, which is not that surprising because every wrestling game you can make your own character, but you can make your own character and stuff like that. And the roster was also pretty interesting because half the roster was like modern, and at that time it was modern. But you had half of the roster was modern WWE characters, like wrestlers, and the other side was like the OG characters. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the older wrestlers, like Shawn Michaels and Sergeant Slaughter and stuff like that. Undertaker, Kane, who else? Triple H as well. A lot of the older characters, Ricky Steamboat. But yeah, WWE All Stars is really good. And also that one mode where you can. There was one mode where it was like the Undertaker story, D-Generation X story, and then Randy Orton. And they were all fun. They were all really fun. But the combat as well. It feels like a fighting game, honestly. A lot of wrestling games feel like wrestling games. This wrestling game feels like a literal fighting game. And the supers. The supers are the best things about this game. Because, obviously, like, for example, the RKO, right? You all know the RKO. It's probably one of the most iconic wrestling moves. If you've ever seen the RKO in person, like Randy Orton doing it, he simply runs up to you, grabs your neck, and slams you down. RKO. But this game is so obscure that when he does an RKO, you go flying in the air, and you do like 60 turns, and he slams you. And that's like the same thing for everything. Same thing with Shawn Michaels, the Shin Shin music, his move where he just simply kicks your face. In wrestling, when he kicks you in your face, you just fall to the ground. But in this game, again, it's so obscure. When he kicks you in the face, you go flying in the air and you do like 10 flips. It's so funny. It's so fun. I love it. WWE All Stars, like, even if you don't like wrestling, I recommend playing it. It's so fun. But All Stars is great. Number 5, we have probably the greatest RPG game of all time, and that's Final Fantasy VII Remake. specifically the remake. FF7 remake. Oh my, that game is so beautiful, man. FF7 remake is so good. Like, oh my god, the story of FF7 remake, the cutscenes, the graphics, and the characters and everything. Like, one of my favorite YouTubers, Maximilian dude, huge FF7 fan, right? And I've watched this entire gameplay of FF7, and like, there was some parts where he got emotional because he was a big fan of FF7. He played the original FF7 when it came out back in the 90s or something, whenever it came out. And, you know, him seeing one of his favorite video game franchises of all time get remade into modern, high quality, like, these graphics are like clean, man. And like the way that they made these characters and how these characters have such like vibrant personalities and stuff like that, it was so good. And the combat as well. Not the biggest fan of RPG games, but this one specifically, I really am. They nailed the combat for this game. The sword swinging along with the magic, how you can, like, in the middle of sword swinging, press circle, you have all your spells, press fire, while you're sword swinging and you stop swinging, throws fire at you, or you throw fire at them. The magic system, the healing system, the item system, along with the combat system is really good. But story mode, well, the entire game is story mode, but the story, the cutscenes, the graphics, the combat, the magic, all 10 out of 10. I love this game so much. And I want to get a PS5 so badly because I've only played FF7. I haven't played the DLC for the game. I heard, like, there's a new Final Fantasy game coming out, Crisis Core. And it's only PS5 only. I don't have a PS5 yet. Mostly because I'm not that eager to get a PS5. But I want to get a PS5 so badly just so I can play the new Final Fantasy VII game. Just because I love FF7 Remake so much. And Cloud, the main character, one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. He's so cool. Cloud is such an awesome character, and that huge sword that he wields, man, I love FF7 Remake. I played it 2 years ago when I got it, and I was so hyped to play it, man. Like, and I didn't know much about Final Fantasy VII either because I only knew about Cloud and Sephiroth and just Final Fantasy in general, thanks to Super Smash Brothers. Because I'm a huge Smash fan, and obviously Cloud being a DLC character in Smash 4, also him being a base character in Smash Ultimate, and then they added Sephiroth around the time when I wanted to get FF7, and also I really love Final Fantasy VII's soundtrack, not the remake, the original Final Fantasy VII. And this is before I even thought about buying the game. There was one song in particular, and that is One Winged Angel, which is Sephiroth's theme. Such a great song, probably one of the greatest theme songs of any video game character of all period, man. His theme is so, like, oh my god, it's so good. So I didn't know much about Final Fantasy VII. I only knew who Cloud was thanks to Smash. I only knew who Sephiroth was thanks to his theme song. And then they added Sephiroth into Smash Brothers a couple months after. So that was cool. And then yeah, and then I bought FF7 Remake, which is a very fun game, obviously. So yeah, I can go on and on and talk about how much I love FF7 Remake, but man, such a good game. So at number 4, we have Batman Arkham City. And all the Arkham games are known for being really good. Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. They're all really good, man. Probably some of the best games that DC has ever made. Or have some of the best games that has ever come from the DC franchise. And plus, Batman is just, he's like the coolest superhero in the world. He's so cool, and he's so tough, man. And such a cool character. I love Batman. In case you don't know, Batman's my favorite superhero ever since I was like this big. Batman, especially Arkham City, another game that I played a lot, especially when I was younger, 6, 7 years old, playing Batman Arkham City, and on my dad's PS3, in my house in the living room. And one thing I like rarely remember, even from those 10 years ago, when I would play this game, is that intro, man. The intro to Batman Arkham City, where the screen goes white, and you hear the doctor. I can't remember his name. I think he had Strange in his name. His name wasn't Doctor Strange. I know that for a fact. But when the doctor is talking to you, and then, you know, the game starts with you as Bruce Wayne, and you're sitting in the chair, and then he's like interrogating you, and then he leaves, and then you break out, you start hitting the security guards, then they take you, and then they put you in the elevator, then you leave, and then Penguin just comes out of nowhere, beats you up, and then after that, you and this other guy end up fighting Penguin's goons. You break free from the handcuffs. By the way, you're doing all this in handcuffs. You're fighting everybody in handcuffs. You break the handcuffs. Then you're fighting his goons. Then you fight. And then there's an option to just beat up Penguin. I always did it. You just walk up to him and punch him. He falls on the ground like an idiot. And then, as Bruce Wayne, you do all this parkour. Then you get up, and you're like parkour jumping to building, climbing buildings, and then Alfred sends your bat suit, and then you turn into Batman. And that scene where he turns into Batman, my God, it's so good. And then, man, like, I've played this game countless times, man. I've played this game over and over again countless times. The combat, bro, some of the best combat in video game history. Oh my God. Like, pressing square to do combos and then circle to counter. It's so satisfying. If you've ever played any of the Batman Arkham games, you know how satisfying the combat is. And some of the moves that he does as well, they're so cool looking. And you know, from when Batman is fighting Two-Face in the in the courtroom, and then you fighting Poison Ivy and her little thingy, and then, you know, fighting Joker in that factory thing. I don't know if it's a factory, but, like, you know what I'm talking about. If you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. The gliding as well. The gliding has always been fantastic for the Arkham games. But it's just these, like, the characters, bro, and the story is so good. And then Joker just literally just poisons the entirety of Gotham City, and then towards like the end of the game, you fight Ra's al Ghul. I probably just butchered the hell out of his name, but the one magic dude, you fight him, and you get transferred to a whole different dimension, and he's like huge as hell, sending, oh my God, so good. And then he dies. He just falls to his death, and a freaking sword just penetrates him. And then, you know, towards the end of the game, when you fight Joker, and then Clayface comes out of nowhere, and you're fighting Clayface, freezing him and stuff like that, and then you beat Clayface, and then you kill Joker. Joker does die in that game. It's so good, man. The story is awesome. And then after that, the scene where Batman is carrying Joker's body to the cop car. When I was really young, and by the way, I have this game I first owned it on my PS3, and then I got it on my Wii U. Yes, you can actually get Batman Arkham City for the Wii U, and I have it on my PS4 as well. But when I played this on my Wii U in my grandma's house, the scene, because this was the first time I ever beat the game. Yeah, when I was really, really young playing it on my PS3 in my living room, I didn't know how to beat the game. All I did was play like the first couple chapters because that's all I could get through. And I finally for the first time beat the actual game on the Wii U years ago, 6-7 years ago. And yeah, that was my first time seeing the ending of the game. And that part where Batman is literally just carrying Joker's body to the cop car, I cried. You know what? I'm not even ashamed to say I literally cried, because like, even though Joker was the villain, it's Joker. Everybody loves Joker, okay? And it was just kind of sad seeing Joker dead. So yeah, Joker died, and just seeing Batman carry him, and like the way they shot the scene was just, it was really good. And yeah, I cried. I was like, bro, damn, Joker's dead. But everything about that game is so good. The characters, Harley Quinn, Joker, like the part where you fight Mr. Freeze, is so fun. Two-Face, Penguin, a lot of very iconic Batman villains as well. You can play as Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman, and they're all really fun to play with. But yeah, man, I could go on and on about how I love Batman Arkham City, but very fun game, and there's a reason why it's my 4th favorite game of all time. Now we're getting into the top 3. These are like, I could play these games anytime, and I wouldn't mind. Number 3, we have The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Okay, this is another game that I played a lot on my Wii U when I was really, really young, 6-7 years ago. Breath of the Wild is such a fun game, man. I love that game because you have so much freedom. It's open world. There's a lot of outfits that you can get that give you special perks. Such a big variety of weapons and shields, so much food that you can make, and a whole lot of stuff that you can do. Like, you can play through the story mode and complete all the main quest, but even when you finish the main quest, you have so much to complete in the game. There's so much content, and it takes in a lot of effort to 100% beat the game. And I've spent most of the time playing this game on my Wii U. I love playing that game on the Wii U. I have it for the Switch as well, but the Wii U version that I have of it has more of the time. I have more time played on that. I even have the DLC, all the DLC for Zelda Breath of the Wild on my Wii U. I don't even have the DLC yet for the Switch because I didn't buy it. Maybe sometime I will. But I think I literally completed the entire game of Breath of the Wild on my Wii U. I have most of the outfits. I have so many good weapons, so many like good food, and I've played the entirety of the story, of course. But what's really fun about it is just exploring the world, man. It's an open world Zelda game. And like these biomes, the desert biome, the forest biomes, and the rainforest biome, the volcano biome, the snow biome as well, the grassland. So many places to explore, so many Easter eggs, so many secrets, and the mobs as well. A whole lot of mobs in this game, a whole lot of enemies that you can face. My favorite one is the Lynel. Basically what the Lynel is, it's basically like a Minotaur, but not a man. It's just like a lion with a horse's body. And they're really fun to beat, really fun to fight against. you get some really good weapons and stuff like that fighting them as well. But the creatures that you fight, the story, especially the story, like you wake up, Link wakes up for his sleep. I think he was sleeping for 100 years. He woke up. Zelda's talking to him through voice. I don't know. Telling him, Link, you gotta wake up. You gotta save me. And I love the cutscenes. And then you meet all of the legends. I can't remember the names of them, but Rivali, the one who flies. Daruk, I think it was Daruk, the lava guy who comes from the lava biome. Can't remember. Darvosa, Barbosa, forgot her name, but the girl from the desert biome. And then Nifa, the fish girl. You meet all four of the legends, and then you get their moves, because like Rivali, you get the ability to fly, you get the ability to do an electricity like shock, you get the ability to get like a overshield around you with the lava guy, and then you get the ability to I forgot what the fish girl does, but the bottom of the characters, the cutscenes are great. The combat is so fun. My God, the combat's really fun. But this game is just great, and I love it. I could seriously play that game for hours upon hours, because there's so many things that you can do, like so many recipes that you can make, so many weapons you can own, so many armor and outfits you can have, hunting down all the towers, finding all the shrines, collecting all the Korok seeds and stuff like that. Really fun stuff. And then, you know, when you complete the shrines, you get hearts. Oh, well, you get an item that you can trade in to get stamina or hearts. I did bug the game out so I could have max hearts and max stamina, but there is a glitch that you could do that, and I did do it for both Switch and Wii U, but it just made it more fun. But yeah, I don't want to run out of space for the recording, but Breath of the Wild is awesome, and I wish I could make videos on the game, because I would, but you know, not every console was like the PS5 and PS4 where you can simply press record and just record your gameplay with your microphone. The Nintendo Switch doesn't have that. But I wish I could make videos on this game. Next, my second favorite game of all time is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Specifically, Brawl. And the reason why this is my favorite game of all time, and this is a big factor, but it was literally the first game I ever played in my entire life. The first console I had, and it wasn't even my console, it was my parents' console. It was a Nintendo Wii, and one of the games was Smash Brawl. And it was the first game I ever played. And I love this game so much. Like, I don't know why, but it kind of makes me emotional, because I love this game so much. And the reason why I love Smash Brawl is because, and by the way, this is the first game I ever played. So this was probably at least 9 years ago. But I vividly remember playing Subspace. Subspace is the story mode for Smash Brawl. And oh my God, I love Smash Brawl story. The cutscenes, that was my favorite thing. They were so memorable. And seeing all of these Nintendo characters is one of the reasons why I was such a big Nintendo fan. For the most part of my early video game playing, I guess. But remembering these cutscenes, like the cutscene where Mario and Kirby are fighting in the stadium, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are in the forest running around, And then, you know, one of my favorite parts is when you're playing as Ness and you're going through his, you know, his area, and then you discover Lucas, and you and Lucas, you know, become buddy and stuff like that, and then you fight you're getting chased by the giant stone guy, and man, it's awesome, man. And then the end of the game where you and the entire roster are like all together and stuff like that, and you fight the one guy, the blue guy with the wings. But the cutscenes, man, it's so good. It's so good. And at the time, it looked really realistic too. And I still think to this day, the quality of those cutscenes and the story mode for the Smash Brawl, it's so good. And I love it. I love Smash Brawl story mode so much. And like I keep talking about the story mode, but even gameplay was pretty fun. Now, mind you, this is the Wii, so it's janky, playing with a Wii remote. But I would usually play with the nunchuck and the Wii remote, and that's how I would play, and it was really fun. And I remember playing it. Sorry, guys, I'm just like talking about it. It's just like bringing back memories of just like how much I love this game. It's kind of making me emotional, actually, man. Like, this game was my entire early childhood, bro. Like, and then after, because this is when we used to live at at one of my houses. We left that house. I lived with my grandparents for like a good couple of years, and we didn't have the Wii. I guess we didn't bring it with us, so it was in the garage. So I didn't have the Wii. I couldn't play it, but I remember sitting in the living room on the couch and watching the cutscenes for Smash Brawl, and I was really young, and I remember watching it while eating pizza rolls, and man, those are such good times. How am I getting so emotional right now, man? It's I'm pretty sure all of you have that one game where it just makes you so emotional because you love it so much. And I'm kind of going through that right now because I love Smash Brawl so much. Love this game. So we're just going to move on because I'm probably going to be sitting here for like a good 20 minutes just remembering how fun this game was. But I love this game so much. But yeah, Smash Brawl, my second favorite game of all time. And I love that. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into number one so I can end this video because I just recorded the anime video and that video was pretty long, so we don't want to make these videos too long or I can't upload them. So for the final game, and remember how I said only one fighting game is on here? Oh wait, Smash Brawl is okay. I kind of clickbaited you then. Because Smash Brawl is a fighting game, so two fighting games, I guess. So, the number one game, and you've probably guessed it in the background, is Street Fighter Third Strike. Street Fighter is my favorite video game franchise of all time. You probably know this. I've made countless videos on it. Just by looking at my room alone, Street Fighter is over there. A bunch of Street Fighter on the walls. Literally shelves full of Street Fighter merchandise and everything. I own all the games. I know all the characters by heart. I just posted a video seeing if I could name all 94 characters just by looking at them. And spoiler alert, I did. But I love this game so much. I love the lore. Probably one of my favorite things about Street Fighter is the lore and the story behind these characters. And lore is awesome. These characters are so cool. The games are really fun, and specifically why Third Strike is my favorite is because not only is this the greatest fighting game of all time, it is for a reason. The game's really fun. And it also has my favorite Street Fighter character, which is Q. And I'm probably the only person in the world whose favorite Street Fighter character is Q. But he is. I like that character so much that I literally dressed up as Q for Halloween, last Halloween. And I love this game so much. It's and recently I decided to give it that title of my favorite video game franchise of all time, because before and for multiple years my favorite video game franchise was Super Smash Brothers. And recently I changed it to Street Fighter just because like the impact this game had on me, and just like I love this game so much. Street Fighter is awesome. Look at this, sitting on my desk, Street Fighter cologne. Who has that? Only I would have that because I'm such a big fan. But anyways, I don't even think I should explain why I like Street Fighter. I think I've said it multiple times, but I really like these characters. I love the plot. I love the story. The games are really fun, and it's my favorite video game franchise of all time. My entire Street Fighter collection is over $2,000 worth of Street Fighter merchandise and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't even think we have to even get into why I like Street Fighter, but it's pretty dang obvious why I like Street Fighter. It's really fun. So, yeah, that's my favorite video game franchise of all time, is Street Fighter Third Strike, as you can see playing in the background. But without making this video any longer, because this is like 30 minutes long, that's it. Those are my top 10 favorite games of all time. Number 10, GTA 5. Number 9, Deadpool PS3. Number 8, Left 4 Dead for the Xbox 360. Number 7, New Super Mario Bros. Number 6, WWE All-Stars. Number 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Number 4, Batman Arkham City. Number 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 2, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And number 1 is Third Strike. So, that's it. I think there's nothing else to do but just to end the video. So, that's it for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about the list in the comment section, or any of these games on your top 10 favorite games of all time. But anyways, my throat hurts. I've been talking for 30 minutes, so I'm gonna drink some water. I'll see you guys in the next video.